All right, Super Falcons, Quenu, Super Falcons, Quezwenu. What a game against Tunisia, guys! Massive game between Nigerians and the North African team, Tunisia. 3-0 it ended right there in Casablanca. The first game for the Super Falcons in the ongoing, African Women's Cup of Nations that is being staged in Morocco. Now, this is the 2024 edition of the competition, and the Super Falcons, before they went down to Morocco, they actually have a mission. That mission was to bring back the 10th Women's African Cup of Nations. Now, it has been spearheaded by some great stars for the Super Falcons, the likes of Asisa Toshola, the likes of Chiamaka Nadoze or Hale, Tony Penn. We have Ashley Pomtre. Of course, she's also in that squad for the Super Falcons, and then no duos bad at all. Not at all. They actually played out their life against Tunisia. First games are always very cagey and nervy, but the Super Falcons were just too exceptional. It means that they might just be the team to beat in this Women's African Cup of Nations. Yes, see that game. Even when we felt like Assistant may not be starting, she might not even score because we know now she's not a veteran. She's looking like a veteran. She's getting old. Age is catching up with her. But this lady showed that she's still relevant in the business, especially for the Super Falcons. She's still that icon that people who are coming up and looking up to and still playing with her. And we also have the rising star, the first time she's actually playing for the Super Falcons in an international game, talking about Babajide. She scored that second goal. And of course, very big tribute to Diego Jota, who lost his life a couple of days ago, and we have Chinwedu as well, who actually came in to replace Assistant Oshola and did the needful to give Nigeria that three resounding goal. These players have been exceptional, all of them, and I watched the game between Morocco as well as Zambia. Yes, that game was good. It gave the hype of a very good Women's African Cup of Nations for the 2024 edition, but not to the performance of the Nigerian Super Falcons. Their performance against Tunisia was exceptional. Now, for those of you who does not know, this is the second time that Nigeria and Tunisia are coming up against each other in the Women's African Cup of Nations. Remember, in 2008, yes, the Super Falcons played against the Tunisian side. I think Equatorial Guinea was the team, was the nation that hosted that competition, and Nigeria played at a goalless draw against them. Now, playing against against Tunisia, brought up a whole lot of. Are we going to win that game? There is no minus anymore in Africa, but the Nigerian Super Falcons were exceptional. These are not the Super Eagles. These are the Super Falcons. Of course, no bashing to the Super Eagles, but the Super Falcons have always delivered. If you get to look at when Coach Randy was in the team and they went to the FIFA World Cup, they did very well. Unfortunately, they were hosted out by England, who eventually, maybe they didn't win the World Cup, but they went on to actually win the Euro right there in Europe. So it's a very good outing for them at the World Cup. Now, look at the friendlies they've played so far. Recently, we saw them play against Ghana. We saw them play against, Portugal right there in Lisbon. Very interesting. They played a goalless draw, but they defeated Ghana and Cameroon in the other All-African, friendly match. So it has been a good preparation for the Super Falcons. Now, their next game is going to be on Thursday against Botswana. Yes, Botswana may not be that team to threaten the Super Falcons, but you know, I just hope that the guys are going to keep their heads very up. Understand that football, of course, is quite different, especially in Africa, and make sure we have all 3 points to make it 6 points and qualify for the next round of this competition. So that is how it is. I had a very good time watching the girls yesterday, and these girls, the ball, especially in the second half. The Tunisians were not even able to penetrate. Chiamaka Nnadozie, the best goalkeeper in Africa, was able to just relax, sit, and all thanks to the likes of Ohale and Ashley Pomte, as well as Damien, who of course had a very good positioning in the defense for the Nigerian Super Falcons. So we'll see them against Botswana on Thursday, and hopefully we are going to go home with all 3 points, and of course max up it with 6 points so that we can qualify to the next stage of the 2024 edition of the Women's African Cup of Nations ongoing in Morocco.